What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me here today. So today, guys, we are going to talk about some events here. Today, just one specifically, and that is going to be Moonshine's Jamboree. I know with the influx of new players coming to play Fallout 76 and joining us in the Appalachia, there's a lot of new players who would like some tips and tricks for some guides here in Appalachia. So one of the events that is probably one of my favorite events, I wouldn't say my favorite event, but it's probably in my top 3, is Moonshine's Jamboree. And the reason I'm making this video is I've been playing Moonshine's Jamboree recently with a lot of low-level players, and I don't think they're getting the most of the event. And I've talked to a few of them, and it turns out they haven't been. So I'm here to make this guide to help you get the most of the event. And as always, guys, if you have anything to add to help new players out or any tips that I miss in this video, please comment them in the comment section down below. I will pin your comment if it's helpful. You guys have been really good about that in the past few other tips and trick videos I have, so we really appreciate it, guys. One thing I love about this Fallout 76 community is we're always here to help new players and help each other. So such a great community to be a part of, guys. But furthermore, let's get into the video. Basically, guys, Moonshine's Jamboree is going to be a public event that spawns randomly over in Fallout 76, of course. The event takes about 10 minutes. It has some rewards that you get. It doesn't have a lot of rewards for it, but it has some pretty cool camp plans, including the Gulper Head and the Gulper Rug. You also get a good bit of moonshine for doing the event. Go figure, am I right? You're also going to get a good bit of caps, some XP, and of course some other things that you get for doing events like treasury notes, purified water, and other meds and stem packs. So keep in mind that this is not a event where you're going to get tons and tons of legendary. It's not going to be the replacement for eviction notice at all, but you do get a lot of XP for doing this event. The enemies you normally face are going to be anglers, ghouls, gulpers, and fog crawlers. So no, don't expect fighting scourge beasts or anything crazy in this event. Basically, it's a very easy event to explain. Basically, you're going to start it by talking to Moonshine or Ned. This is where my first tip is going to come in for you guys. Do not start the event until there's about 30 seconds left on the timer with Ned. The reason for this is, and if you're not a high enough level that has a good endgame build, I'm not saying it's impossible. You probably could do it if you have the correct weapon and the correct build, but it's going to be extremely hard if you don't have an endgame build. Wait for more people to join. I recommend at least 4 or 5 people. You can do it with 3 as long as everybody's able to hold their own still. You can do it with 3. I've done it by myself before, but again, I have an endgame build. It's a little bit different for me. Me soloing at level 300 with a cremator and nuka grenades is different from somebody doing it with a pipe pistol who's level 33, okay? Let's not solo this event. Let's let other people join. Let's get the most out of it. Alright, basically, let's say you have 4 people and you're ready to get the event started, right? Then you light the Jamboree fire. I recommend if you have a ranged weapon, something like a grenade launcher, a Tesla rifle is what I was using as a low level for this event, and it works extremely well for this event because it's going to help you tag as many enemies as possible. I recommend Molotov cocktails are good for this event as well. Basically any weapon that allows you to tag as many enemies at a time. The flamer is good. The reason why I didn't mention the flamer is I'm going to show you this spot. So this spot where you see me jumping on in this video, right on top of this Gulper Head that's on top of this crate right here. This spot allows you to have sights of all 3 stills. And you can get to this spot without having the marsupial mutation. So the spot that you see a lot of people go to on top of the cabin, it's very hard to get there without the marsupial mutation. Not saying it's impossible, just saying it's a little bit more difficult. This is a spot that literally one jump can get you there, and you can see all 3 stills. So basically, you can see me here with the cremator. I mean, I'm just going from still to still to still. I can see all of them. I'm basically soloing in this event. I have a lower level player in it. I'm letting this lower level player tag the gulpers as well, so they get XP too. So basically, anyways, once you're in this spot, guys, the Jamboree is gonna start, and there's gonna be waves of anglers, ghouls, and gulpers. Basically, in this spot where you are right now, you're safe from gulpers, ghouls, and fog crawlers. The anglers every now and then will be able to tag you, so just be aware and keep your eye out for those. If you're vigilant, you can take them out before they start aiming for you, so keep that in mind. I recommend throwing the Molotov cocktail at the barn still. I'm gonna show you which one that is right there in the screen. The barn still, you want to throw the Molotov cocktails at those. Once you have enemies grouping up, that is gonna be the probably busiest still. That's gonna have the most enemies, so you want to keep constantly tagging that with the cocktail in the middle of the rounds. Make sure you're not just wasting them though. Also, like the Tesla rifle, as I said, is great for tagging enemies. I recommend a quad. If you have rolls on it, get the quad on it. Obviously, really good. Anything that's got good tags on it. I mean, grenades work too. I don't recommend nuka grenades. If there's a lot of people, nuka grenades are highly annoying for this event. But you know what I mean. It's just visually annoying more so than actually like annoying. But basically, during these waves, you need to collect 30 acidic gulper venom from the gulpers, as well as not only do you have to collect it, make sure you deliver it to the bathtub. I've done this event so many times to where we failed it because the still's almost at full health, but nobody turned the venom into the bathtub. Make sure you do it. Also, make sure you turn in 60 when it's prompt. That way you can get a little bit of extra XP. So let's say you have a perfect Moonshine Jamboree and you're able to turn in all the venom and you're able to keep all 3 skulls up. One thing you want to do is at the end of every wave, I would loot all bodies in the area. What a lot of people don't realize is if you hover over one body and you tap X if you're on Xbox, I think it's square if you're on PlayStation. I don't remember what it is for PC. It might be E, it might be, I don't know. It's been a minute since I played 76 on PC. It allows you to loot all the bodies on the ground within an area. I would do this a few times, go to a few different gulper bodies or ghouls, loot as much as you can because you want to take everything from this event. Yes, you're going to be overclumbered. Don't worry. You can still get back to that spot I showed you just fine. Don't worry about it. Trust me, that's going to come in handy for my tip at the end. Alright guys, so at the end of the event, you're going to be extremely overclumbered, obviously. So what you're going to want to do, if you are a Fallout First member, which if you're not and you play the game a lot, I recommend it. I recommend putting your survival tent right down here. This is mine. This is a spot you can put it because it's going to allow you to cook off the gulper slurry we're about to do. And basically what that is you're going to need wood. It's gulper slurry it's going to be a very good resource for this. So it's going to use wood and gulper innards. Basically cook all of it up. And it's going to give you a ton of XP. As you can see for this video I have that I'm demonstrating, I had a really good bit of it. I crafted it and I ended up with a few hundred gulper slurry. And the reason why this is good is because the gulper slurry sells at vendors. So for me, if you have the same amount, so if you have the same charisma as I do, the perks, which I have the hard bargain perk at level 3, you can sell about 200 gulper slurry for 1400 caps even. Like it's dead even 1400 caps. It works out perfectly. So that is a great way to max out your caps. So I highly recommend doing this. And now I know what you're saying, but what if I'm not Fallout First? Alright, so if you're not Fallout First, right here where I have my survival tent, this is going to be the barn still. I'm going to show you the easiest route to get to a vendor and crafting table. What you're going to want to do is you're going to come up here. You're going to go around this little booth right here. You're gonna go up this hill. You want to go next to this big power station, this big power line. You're gonna go over here, up this hill. Once you go up this hill, there's a train station right up here. And I know what you're saying. Awesome, train station real close. There should be a crafting station in here for you. So yeah, there's this train station right up here. And basically what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to put all of it in your stash box, because there is a stash box here at the train station, just like there is at every train station. There's a stash box, which it should be right around here somewhere. There is a stash box here. I believe it's inside. It's right here next to the vendor. There's a stash box. You're gonna want to put all the stuff in there that you're planning on keeping, all your gulper innards in there. The asset I would scrap. You have a tinkerer's workbench right here. I would scrap all your asset and your gulper hands and stuff like that. Scrap it all. Basically, it just takes up extra weight, and you're gonna want to put that in there. And then basically you can teleport anywhere and make your gulper slurry and sell it. I recommend the White Springs Mall. The White Springs Mall has a cooking station and a vendor literally within arm's reach of each other, so definitely take advantage of that. Also, if you are collecting everything, like I said, gulpers should drop every now and then. You're gonna get a legendary one, should drop some legendary loot. So there is a legendary exchange right here at the train station as well, so keep your eye out for those as well. Don't worry about getting overclumbered in this event though, because you will, but that means you're taking full advantage of Moonshine Jamboree. Alright guys, so make sure you keep your eye out for mutations. If you have a mutated event weekend going on for Moonshine Jamboree, just keep your eye out, because things like Toxic is going to have those green clouds that get left by the gulpers and all the enemies in the event. It is going to be toxic, so you are going to take poison damage from that. The reflective skin, in my opinion, is the most annoying one to deal with because it's hard to tag a bunch of enemies when they're all reflecting your damage back at you. So I would be extremely careful with that one. Having a vampire weapon would be your best bet. Anything vampiric is really going to help you out with the reflective skin. Swift is another one that's actually probably the easiest one to deal with. Volatile, they're going to explode, so be careful. Volatile or explosive, whichever one it may say. The resilient could be another one too that is a little annoying to deal with. They can only be killed by melee, which is fine if you are using my tip, because if you're up there tagging all the enemies, most likely if you're doing the event with 4 to 5 people like I recommended, they will be meleeing them for you. So you're still getting the most XP possible because you're tagging them with your weapon. You're not killing them, but you're doing the XP. You won't be able to solo, but you can definitely maximize your XP output. Also, Icy Touch will slow you down if they have it. Active Cloak, I've never seen Active Cloak pop on for this event, which I'm sure it can happen. I've just never seen it generate from Moonshine Jamboree. And then the only other one I think I didn't mention was the Regenerated, which that's going to allow the enemies to obviously regenerate health. So that one's not too difficult to deal with. So, but if it's mutated, I would definitely wait for 4 to 5 players before you start the event. Again, unless you have a high level endgame build, it is extremely hard to solo, and one of those to where it's not worth trying sometimes. It's just better to maximize the event and wait for the most players possible to join you. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for me today. I hope this guide helps you out. Again, if there are some more Moonshine Jamboree tips that I missed, or some other advice you have for this event, please leave it in the comment section down below. I will pin it. And again, there are other ways to do this. This is just my guide of what I tell my friends and newer players that I play with how to do. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope this helps you guys, and let me know if it does. Guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I hope all of you have a great day. Deuces.